All right. Hey, check it out, dude. I found BA at Alpine Meadows this morning. My name's Coop. I'm here with BA right here from Open Snow. Knows everything about weather. And we do have some incoming weather coming up over the next 3 days or 72 hours. BA, tell me a little bit about, first of all, hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Happy holidays,
Good to see you.
Yeah, kind of crazy. Two of us here in the parking lot, and I'm on the North Shore. I was just making a joke about that. Hey, tell me a little bit about the system that's coming in. Looks like we're going to have a little bit of a refresh tonight, and then a little bit more going into Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. What are you seeing?
Yeah, there's two separate systems. So we have a system moving through to our north today, and you can actually see it put a dusting down this morning, and there's a few flakes, maybe one or two. You can actually count them this morning. But there's a storm going by to the north, and it's just brushing us. Snow levels are around 6,500 feet this morning, maybe go up a little bit tonight, 7,000 feet. And it's only going to bring maybe a dusting to an inch to most of the basin on the mountains. So there's some models show maybe 2 inches northwest of the lake up here, top of Alpine, Squall, Sugar Bowl. But that'd be the high end, would be 2 inches by tomorrow morning from this storm. But there's a storm coming in tomorrow that's going to dig much further down the coast, pulling more moisture. And this one's very cold. So tomorrow, it's going to be snow levels around 7,000 in the afternoon as it starts to move in, but that cold front with the heavy snow comes through tomorrow evening around dinner time, maybe just after dinner time, and that's going to drop heavy snow, and snow levels drop all the way to 4,000 feet behind the front. So that's really good because all that cold and stable air, and with the orographics, with the flow over the mountains, it squeezes every last snowflake out of that air behind the cold front. So we should see probably 6 to 12 inches, maybe up to 14 inches here on the mountains on the west side, just from the cold front going through by tomorrow night at midnight. And then into early morning Tuesday, like I said, that all that moisture is going to get squeezed out, and we could see maybe a few more inches of bonus snow, I call it, from the snow showers behind the front into Tuesday morning.
Yeah, as it crosses over. So as the storm's coming, it's coming from the north, and we have a low associated with it, with the cold that's coming into it. Do you see it moving along the crest down towards south, Mono County, down towards Mammoth, or a majority just kind of hitting the northwest and then moving up and over us?
The low is dropping down the coast and then almost coming straight into northern central California, almost straight over Tahoe is what it looks like right now. The computer models, the heaviest amount of precip, actually it does show it towards Kirkwood, Sierra. That's where they're showing up to like an inch of total liquid, and then maybe up to 8/10 up here. So it's gonna be pretty even, and we're gonna get a good spillover to Heavenly. Like even on Heavenly side, you know, we're expecting 6+ inches over there. So the storm's going to push straight across and bring cold, fluffy powder for Christmas morning to most of the lake. So we'll watch for that and see if we can get over a foot at one of these mountains.
Nice. That's awesome. And we were talking about a little bit earlier about the setup this season. Let's talk a little bit about the setup. Mother Nature did come in and do us a solid this year. I mean, we were all panicking in November. There's like a 47-day dry spell that we had. But since then, we've seen really good precip come across the Sierra and the base. So let's talk about how cold it's been and the base that we have now.
Right, so last year, people were like, oh, this is just like last year. We're not getting those big atmospheric river storms. Well, that's fine because that was warm.
Yes.
We had a lot of rain down here. There wasn't snow down here this time last year. It was snowing up top, not down here. This year, the storms might not be atmospheric rivers. They may not be as strong, but they're much colder, and the total air temperature has just been a lot colder behind the storms as well this year. So we're getting maybe not as much total precipitation, but we're actually 1 to 4 feet above this time last year on the mountains for snowfall, and it's not going anywhere. As you can see, there's snow down here at the base. It's been cold. It's not melting.
Yes.
So it's holding firm, and then we're going to get another foot of snow tomorrow night, and then it's supposed to be very cold, well below average, into New Year. So that snow's not going to go anywhere. So we'll probably end up about 2 to 5 feet ahead of where we were last year for snowfall.
Yeah.
And then that snow's not going anywhere through the end of the year because it's going to be so cold.
Yeah, for sure, and I can attest to that. I was at Sierra Tahoe yesterday, and I was saying midwinter shape. I was putting out there, I'm going to put out the hashtag firm because it was rock solid, as you're just talking about. So that's really good, though. People are like, oh, that's not good. That actually saves the base. And to your point, last year we had all that moisture, but then it was melting from the ground up and from the top down. So Tahoe really never got going, and we were in struggle street for most of the winter until March came. Now let's talk a little bit about prognosticating after New Year's. What are you seeing? I was reading a little bit about the 5th and beyond. Do you see the storm door open? Like, of course, it's Mother Nature, right? We can't like say it's going to happen. But what did you see coming out of the 5th?
So we're waiting for El Nino, all that warm water along the equator, to really fire up the jet stream and couple with everything. And we haven't seen that quite yet. It's just now coming on with pretty warm water down there. And usually what happens is that'll affect the jet stream as we go into the heart of the winter, as we go into January.
Totally.
And February. So we're waiting to see that happen. Looking out to the 5th of January and beyond, I see a very strong jet stream firing up the first week of January, coming across and extending across the Pacific. At first, what that's going to do is, as it's starting to come across, we're going to have a ridge of high pressure is going to build in, probably for a little bit milder, drier weather going into the first week of January. But what we're hoping is, as it really kicks in, if El Nino gets going and really feeds that jet stream, we're hoping what's going to happen is that jet stream's going to nose right into California second and third week of January. And when you're looking at the CPC discussion 2 days ago, they were showing well above average precipitation for the second and third week of January. So, I mean, I call it fantasy land because
totally.
you can't accurately forecast that far out. But the way things are looking right now is it looks like the storm door could reopen the second and third week of January and really hose us. And so we'll really be focusing on that to see if that happens.
So if you're looking, we're here at the base of Alpine today. The skiing and riding is good. It is midwinter up at Sugar Bowl. If you're going to Boreal, the parks are riding really well. Here at Alpine Squad, it'll be firm in the morning. It's not going to soften up because we have these really cold temperatures. Look at about 6 to 12 inches here in the next 48, 72 hours with a little bit around New Year's. So if you're going to come to the Sierras, today's the time. If you're thinking about it, you're on that fence, get up here. You're going to have a good time. Hey, if you have any questions, you're looking at it's kind of crazy. We got 2 cameras going now. I'm live on my page and we're live on BA's page right here. If you have any questions, just type those questions in right away and we'll answer them back and forth. If you're looking for the latest up-to-date weather information, go right here to my man BA. Tahoe, what is it? Tahoe weather?
Yeah.
Tahoe weather, open snow. All right, my friends, we're going to go hit the mountain and we'll give you a little bit of an update later, maybe from the lift. Take care. Peace out, my friends.